what does innovation mean to you?
Innovation means change. That means that continuous of change and continuous of improvements in our lives. So that is
Are you
simple wording.
Are you in a constant relationship innovation in your daily work?
Yes. I push myself always and every day to work more and to find how I can be more efficient, more optimized, more innovative, more creative. So it's really everyday demand for myself.
And in addition to that, on that question, I just want to ask you, what does it take for a great economist to become even better leader than that?
It's a kind of not easy question for me because it was a long ride. Since I'm working for technological company and I'm surrounded with engineers, electrical engineers, all my business professional life. What does it take? It takes a lot of courage. It takes, especially as a woman, being there, especially beginning of 2004, 5, 6, So a lot of courage, a lot of passion for what I do. I always, I never take anything for granted, so I really push myself very much, and I really like to work, and I love my work. So I love my job. I love to lead people in general. So when you put that to the basic leadership style, so I learned through the years how to manage even the things that I don't understand from the beginning, but then I really learn, and I'm really asking a lot of questions, my team and my co-workers, and then I'm always very curious. So I like to learn, and I like to understand how something is functioning. So I don't know. It was a long journey, but I believe now when I look from these shoes today, I would do it all over again. So
it sounds like you made the right choice, right?
Yes. At the beginning it was very hard. I have so many funny situations that, when they brought me in some substation, like the circuit breaker doesn't work. I don't even know how does it look, So many funny situations, but yes, at the end of the day, I would do the same because, it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of guts.
And by everything that you just said, what is your definition of success?
Definition of success is passion and being passionate about what you do. So, as a basic, as a I would say, first thing which comes on my mind, it's always passion what I do.
Working on a weekend or overtime?
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
No.
Cool. That's an interesting answer, actually. I never heard that one before here.
I don't
Always
mind.
Somebody says neither, but maybe because you're just passionate about your job.
Yes, I don't mind. Okay, I always balance. I try to balance, of course. But if there is something I have to do on weekends or on the nights, I don't have issue with that.
Read a book or listen to the podcast?
Nowadays, lack of time, podcast, but I am also the person who likes to be touch the things that I'm reading, and I always prefer to have paper. I always print something. I know it's not green and it's not sustainable, but I like to see and I like to underline things. But nowadays, lack of time more goes with the podcast.
And what would you say is your favorite book?
Herman Hesse, Siddhartha.
What's your biggest motivation?
Challenges.
Most important personal trait in business?
Personal trait, I would say it's time.
This is Chair, place where we discuss innovations, and today I have enormous pleasure to welcome CEO of Schneider Electric Serbia, Ksenija Karić. Welcome to Chair.
Happy to be here with you.
We are going to talk about innovations in the time of sustainability. That's our subject, and I want to start from there. That Schneider actually was declared by Corporate Knights, I think last year, right?
Yeah.
As world most sustainable company, and congrats on that.
Thank you.
It was, I think, 8,000 companies among
Yes,
competition.
all around, yeah.
This was actually driven by your company statement that you're going to come to carbon neutral until 2025 and completely stop emitting CO2 by 2030. How demanding is that goal?
It's very demanding. 2025 is
Yeah, I know, it's
tomorrow.
around
Yeah,
the corner,
yeah,
right?
it's around the corner. Yes, but this journey for Schneider actually started a long time ago. So we were actually one of the first companies that decided that we will declare very openly and very publicly that we are going to sustainable business-driven strategy. So in 2005, Schneider declared that we will first analyze all our parameters, how we do the business, how the process is set up, how much CO2 we emission. That's in 2005. So we analyzed all of these things and we declared that we are going in the path of sustainability. Not a lot of companies in 2005 declared that. It was very, I would say, courageous to say it like we will go in this direction.
Today it's like a buzzword, but then
yes,
was
yes,
like
then
science
was
fiction.
Science fiction, especially if you are a very traditional French company doing producing electrical equipment, so doing business in energy sector. Energy sector is something which is very traditional, convenient, I would say, surrounding for business. It's not like a very, I would say, innovative IT sector, so it's very traditional part of the business, but it's always energy is a backbone on every country and every I would say every continent where we live nowadays, and it's very important and crucial. The declaration of Schneider in 2005 that we will invest. First we will analyze, then we will invest how to sustain our business processes, our business model, how we do business, our ecosystem, and then we will see how much we can optimize, how much we can sustain, how much emission we can cut from how much CO2 we can cut. So that was the path, and that was the decision from very top management of Schneider Electric. And I would say that we were pioneer at that time, but then over the time a lot of very good business opportunities really came to us with this sustainability. Yes, a lot of this. So we are really taking a role, and we are not only talking about sustainability, but we are actually playing this sustainability in our own business processes and business in our logistics centers, in our plants, in our. So I have a lot of a lot of data that are showing us today that that was the right call and right decision. So nowadays we are actually modernizing all our plants to be CO2 zero carbon emission, that they are totally independent, so not depending on gas, not depending on electricity, to have their own microgrids. So we are really heavily investing as a company in our own production facilities. Also, we are pushing all our ecosystem to be sustainable as well. So all our suppliers, all our partners, we implemented ESG standards in all our business procurement processes. So we are really pushing everyone who wants to do business with Schneider has to buy the electricity from renewables, has to implement the ESG standards, has to show us how they recycle their garbage. So we are really pushing all companies and ecosystem around us in this way, and I think that we really saved a lot of money in this process, even for Schneider. And I just came back last week. I was on business trip in Bulgaria, actually in production plant of Schneider in Plovdiv. It's a very old factory, old, 35 years old factory, but it was actually fully modernized and fully automated. It's actually full automated smart factory for Schneider. So it's totally independent. It has microgrid in itself. It has predictive maintenance implemented. So all our Schneider solutions are implemented there, and it's really a great reference to see. It's not far. It's not in States. It's not in I don't know, Japan or Asia. It's quite very close by. And Schneider has really a very bold idea, so to set up in all our production plants. We have already 40% of them are already smart factories, so we are modernizing even the old facilities. We are modernizing and investing that they can become sustainable plants.
It's easy today when everybody preach sustainability, right? To get the clients and to practically make noble thing to expect from the clients and the partners to be sustainable. But back then it was pretty innovative. Like we said earlier, it was science fiction. But you mentioned that even then, when you made the decision, that brought some business opportunities. Can you give me some examples? Because back then, you should be a visionary to get in the business because of some companies sustainable and preach sustainability.
Yeah. So first of all, we implemented and tried all the ideas and solutions on our own. So we actually saved money on that. So, and then when we are trying to offer to our customers the solution.
You have a good case study, right?
Yeah, we have case study on our own. So we brought them to see, okay, on the emission side, we save this much energy. First of all, you need to, first phase of this sustainability, and as we say today, sustainability / digitalization, because it really comes to that, paperless, without human mistake on process. So it really comes to that first you need to monitor your business process or your energy consumption, and then you analyze how you can save. So at the end of the day, it comes to the savings. So sustainability comes to that you need to save, and all those same money, it pays you electricity, pays you gas, it pays you water with the saving. Nowadays, then 2005, so that let's say 2010, it was a return of all those investments. It was 10 to 15 years. Nowadays, it's 2 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So
because all the innovation that happened
it's
in the
huge.
meantime,
The impact, the innovation happened. The electricity bill went up. The gas bills went up. So nowadays, it's really 2 to 5 years. So now when you go to the plant manager and you discuss with him, he knows exactly how much he pays now the bill of electricity. Back then, he didn't know. He didn't even care, because he said, okay, I need to buy the process. Yeah, I need to buy the process machines, and that's it. That's the major CapEx investment. But no one was analyzing the costs of their production facilities. So nowadays, they know right now, even the CEOs and CFOs today, I remember 5 or 6 years ago when I was going around even here in Serbia, talking to customers. I mean, when you meet a CEO and you ask, do you know how much is your IT cost? But yeah, of course, I know how much is. How much your energy bills? I have no clue. It doesn't impact my P&L. But today it's quite different. Actually, this COVID and whatever happened in these 2 years, not only COVID, a lot of crises happened in the last 2 years. I would say that those aspects, the circumstances really helped energy sector to move much faster. As I mentioned at the beginning, the energy sector is not very active. It's not very modernized sector. It's very traditional, and they don't like new things, new stuff. They're always analyzing things. If I change something, what will happen? Yeah, what is the impact on all the process? But nowadays, it's really much faster.
We are coming to that topic of innovation, and of course, as you explained, sustainability is a huge innovation driver, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm sure that there are challenges there. Can you tell me what the biggest one that can make rather blocker than driver
Yeah.
for innovation?
I would say the first which comes on my mind is the time. It's really time consuming, and it takes time for this adaptation for the change. So the mindset of people, first of all, the people mindset has to be changed, that they need to understand that whatever it comes, it will bring new opportunities, it will optimize the process, it will be much easier for them to work. But usually people are not really happy with, as you know, with the changes. So it's a very time-consuming process. So if the company decides we are going to change, we are going to optimize our process, we are going to monitor our processes, we are going to be more efficient, more sustainable, we are going to this, as we call green business and green strategy. Always the first blocker are the people, actually the people. And you need to change the mindset. You need to talk a lot about this. You need to learn them. What are the possibilities? What are the options? What if we don't do that? What will happen? So a lot of scenarios you do inside your business process, and then when you show them what they're gaining from that, and if they really believe that this will change their everyday business life, then I think you have a chance to change this aspect.
You mentioned people, and I had personal experience to work with the companies, let's say from a Nordic region, and their green agenda, sustainability, is on much higher level that not just here in Adriatic or Balkans or even Europe, right? So my question is to you is especially because we are talking about the Schneider Electric here, center in Serbia and the region. How hard is to preach sustainability agenda, and how is important for the business in the community that it's not that prepared for that?
Yes. It's not easy, not to say, and I not to say any other word. It's not easy, but I'm continuously saying to myself, just repeat. It takes time, you know. Okay, there are things which has to come with along the story of sustainability. It's not only that company decided in a headquarter, I don't know, in Germany or in America or in Nordics, that's it. No, you need support from government. You need to have bylaws in place. You need to have this, as we call it today, green agenda in place, which is like a holy cow last 2-3 years, but not only here, like everywhere in the world. So everybody now is like, we need to save our planet. So you need to understand. So I'm continuously repeating that we are the first generation who can change something, and maybe the last one, because all this climate change that are happening is happening last 20 to 30 years, not more. So we are now impacting with the climate change, and all these scientists are saying to us, you need to stop, you need to come, you need to figure out how you're gonna take under control, how you're affecting the world as itself, and all the climate change which are happening to us. So then the companies and those big players are then thinking, okay, now maybe we really push too hard this planet of ours. Let's see how we can make something good of it. And it's a paradigm, and it takes really a lot of times, because we were actually ruining this planet for last 150 years. Without thinking anything about that. So it lasted like centuries, and now you cannot just wake up, okay, we will be green. So it takes time, and you need, of course, the government. You need the very responsible society, and I always say it comes to the person. Even if you talk today and you go home and then you say, okay, will I turn off the lights, which I'm usually turning on them over the night, or will I switching off? So I did impact somehow on you.
Yeah.
And
small changes,
it's small changes at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you cannot go on general. We are really pushing the story, even in the schools, in the grammar school, in the high school. That we don't have in any of our schools, even on university, the teachers and professors are not talking to kids about climate change, about this green agenda. What does mean sustainability for our future, for our business?
Families,
No one talks about that. So it's something that I think that every responsible company and corporation in the world should do. It comes, the corporations are polluting the most the planet, so it should come from them. And I'm really proud that I work for the company that's really very aware of this. And, we say that we need to electrify the world, but on sustainable ways. So that means that in Schneider we say life is on. That means that we are going to save the planet and we will save this emission. And we are actually walking the talk in our own premises, in all our facilities. Actually, we are now building a building here in Serbia, which will be totally CO2 natural. So we will have microgrid with no CO2 emission. It's going to be first one actually in this part of the world with this all implemented solution of Schneider, where we will bring our customers, show them the optimized cost, the optimized process, automation, which you can drive from your phone. So we
when
will
are you
implement,
opening?
Round about January, February. Yes, it's
I
under
would
construction.
I would like to see it. So
it's going to be in Novi Sad. Yes, it's under
Perfect.
construction. So we have small issues with logistics, but like everywhere,
Of course.
everyone, we have this.
We are living in those turbulent times.
Yeah,
right?
turbulent times. A lot of impact is from geopolitical stories, but nevertheless, so beginning of next year.
We started about sustainability and innovations, and now we are coming to your baby. Let's call it like that. There is I want to talk about, of course, ADMS, and that's something that basically came from here, from this region, and became one of the most successful products, right? Schneider Electric. Can you share me this success story, history? First, and then where you are today.
Yes, okay. So yes, we are very happy and very honored that Schneider Electric has chosen Serbia. So back in 2005, joint venture happened between DMS Group and Schneider Electric. So it was also other energy companies were fighting for this DMS company. It was really a Serbian product with Serbian knowledge and produced in Serbia. So a lot of group of ambitious people, very intelligent one, from Novi Sad decided to create software for advanced management software solution for distribution network. What that means? So for distribution network of any distribution utilities company, they saw the niche that the software can monitor much better the network than the human or some SCADA, which has a lot of interfaces. And at that time they decided, okay, we will develop further this software solution. And then somewhere in around about 2005, Schneider saw the opportunity and they acquired the company. Actually, it was the beginning joint venture. So around about 2019, just before we had the COVID, so this acquisition has been closed. So it's 100% now Schneider owned company. We have a global Schneider hub for advanced management distribution software. So we are producing this software in Novi Sad and exporting worldwide. So we have a global hub here in Serbia, in Novi Sad. And I think this is one of the companies which the company is established in Novi Sad, the software company, but now we have also facility and hub here in Belgrade, and we are having actually 2 locations for the hub. And we have more than 1,000 employees there, which are working globally on the project. So what it means, what this software means and what what does this software do. We are going and offering this software to distribution utilities company around the world, and we are entering them and analyzing their network, and then we are showing them how they can optimize network, how to save costs on the network, and we are implementing the solution which monitors the network. So when you go to now more than 60 references around the globe, 65, we have, so all Italy is managed by this software, Enel, famous Italian distribution company is run. We have reference in Texas, Australia, Melbourne, Canada, Thailand, Cairo now, so all around the world. We expect also to have this solution in Serbia implemented. We are working on it, and I think it's a great thing that really Schneider figured out that this niche, it's actually a very, very narrow niche, because not a lot of companies are doing this solution and this software. And we are last several years number one by the Gartner, that ADMS solution is ranked by Gartner as number 9 in this niche for distribution network solutions.
I see the numbers that are incredible. Basically, you just mentioned some of them, but over 80 companies, 155 dispatching contact centers worldwide, 145 million customers, basically.
Yes.
How you made such an impact? You mentioned that you're number one right now. You obviously have some competition, but what made you be in the position that you're leader?
We were one of the first who entered in this market. I would say that, and one of the first references that we have made, they were quite successful, and utilities companies very satisfied with the result, and we saved a lot of money for them, and they have very balanced network. I'm talking also for the network which has to integrate microgrids, renewables, now the story with EV chargers. So you need to have prepared network to connect all these microgrids on your network and to have really balanced network. When our Minister of Energy, she goes on TV and she said, we have lost on the lack of network, I don't know, 2-3%. It's 2-3% are millions in euros. So they can really save money with this solution, and we really have very successful references. And what made us very proud that Schneider saw the opportunity and saw the knowledge and very good engineering capabilities what we have here in Serbia. And now we gain additional 5 more softwares from Schneider to develop further in Novi Sad and in Belgrade as well. So that will be, so we will work on a BMS solution, we will work on microgrids, we will go to Revit solution, IGXO. So those are additional software, and we will employ even more people.
You mentioned a few times that hub in Novi Sad, and I know it's impressive. Can you tell me about that? How? And now it's in Belgrade.
Yes. We have 2 locations, Novi Sad and Belgrade, and in this building that I mentioned. So they will be located in this building, beginning of next year. So it's a hub, as I said. So most of them are software developers, but also the electric engineering, project management, and so they work there, and they work from Novi Sad and from Belgrade and going to the projects abroad. So we are really happy and very, very proud that we have this. We are exporting Serbian knowledge from Serbia, and I think that's also great impact for the IT. I believe that DMS, the company that Schneider bought, was one of the first IT companies this kind in Serbia, and I even believe that they brought IT business somehow in Novi Sad. They were one of the first triggers that they brought, that
and
they employed.
One of yes. Bigger
it's
market than Belgrade, right?
Silicon Valley for IT companies of Serbia, yes. And I believe really that it's a huge potential. So how we are managing and how we are gathering the talents and engineers. So we are really working in a lot of streams. One of them is we also have a foundation for young talents, Center for Young Talents. And through this foundation, actually this year, this foundation has 10 years anniversary. So 10 years we are already working on this. Through the foundation, we are sponsoring a scholarship the young students, Technical University of Novi Sad, Engineering University of Belgrade, so technical universities. We are gathering the students, and then we are paying the scholarships and giving them a scholarship program through the university. We know at the end of the day they can decide if they're going to work for us or not, but they have a chance. They also are getting mentorship programs and getting a lot of trainings on Schneider's side if they want to. We are also working with very young talents even before the university, even before the high school. So we are working with the kids from 7th grade. We are preparing actually them for the mathematical gymnasium or any other gymnasium. So we are giving free math lessons.
It's very competitive market right now, not only here in region but worldwide, but especially here in the region, because many companies understood that we have great engineers here, right? And with situation in Eastern Europe, lots of huge companies coming here. How you are competing for the talent? You just told me about this foundation and this is the building the future, but business have needs today. How are you competing with all other companies out there?
I would say it's very creative. I have a huge team of people working on this topic. It's not easy, especially nowadays in Serbia. I believe also, as you said, around the region is the same situation.
Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary.
It's the same situation. However, so we are really implementing, and I'm saying from the shows, from very traditional energy company which is dealing with the energy equipment. So for us, this is very new and something that Schneider did not implement so far. So it's very new for Schneider, but we were pioneers actually from Serbia. We are implementing a lot of new benefits for our employees. So, for example, we just have implemented from 1st of July, they will have, we call the program Summer Recharge. So our employees are working on Fridays only till 12, so July and August. And we are all the time interviewing them. So what would you like, how we can compensate you, how additional, what sports would you like to, we can organize and things like that. So we have implemented also flexible benefits. What that means, so every year they can choose, they have a budget. They have budget for professional trainings, they have a budget for individual trainings, and they have budget for medical insurance, sports activity, and so on. And they can choose how on which way, on what they want to choose, they want to spend the budget. So we have implemented the platform, and they can, every 1st of January or 1st of February, they can choose. So I don't know, I don't want that you pay for my medical insurance, I want that you pay for my parents' medical insurance. Or I want you that you buy me professional LinkedIn account, or I want you to buy me the Amazon books, or I want that you pay me for the summer for touristic voucher. So they can really choose what they want and how they want to spend the money. So I think it's a great benefit, especially for this Z generation that we are all we are all trying to find way how to attract them and how to keep them, because attraction is one thing and keeping them is another. But we are really trying to figure out and understand what are the triggers. Nowadays I have when I have these final rounds of interviews, and when I see important roles and the roles which are really have people underneath. So when I'm interviewing these people, they sometimes they ask, I like this company because I believe this company can change something. So they are searching for the meaning, not only at the end of the day, there is a contract, there is this
they
benefits.
Work for paycheck, they want to work on certain kinds of
but
projects.
At the end of the day, they want to work and be proud of the company that really has a meaningful impact on the planet, on the business. But it's always with these youngsters, it's always nice when they come. And I came with this electric. Not bicycle, scooter to the work. I'm green, but you need to charge this on the electricity.
And
you're not
using
that,
coal for that.
yeah,
right?
you are not that green. But it's always, they like to feel impactful, and I think that's important. And we are always investigating with HR team and the people from employer branding how we can attract them even more and keep them inside the company. Of course, they have a lot of possibilities. It's a corporation, so they can travel around. We have also possibility open talent market, so they can apply to some projects worldwide, and without even that their manager knowing that they applied. So it's all very, very flexible and very open, and very diversified surrounding for work.
You just mentioned this basically innovation of how you attract talent with this flexible benefits, right? I wanted to ask you, how hard is to implement something new like this when you're part of the bigger group?
It's very hard.
how it's hard to be innovative. How you fight that?
Yeah, it's very hard. You need to be very stubborn and very, to come repeatedly on the same story, because especially big organizations, they don't understand. And especially, business is done on other way in Nordics, another way in US, another way in China.
And so, especially with such a traditional industry.
Yes.
Right?
But we are actually a very globalized company, and we are, for example, our CEO is sitting in Shanghai, and he's a French guy sitting in Shanghai. So we decided, for us, Asia is an important business, and he goes there and he lives there. So Schneider is a very globalized company, but also it's very you need to fight repeatedly with the story. We need to attract more talents. We need to attract more software engineers, and how to attract them? You need to give them freedom. You need to give them flexibility to work, and they can choose. So we have this hybrid. We are working on hybrid models, so they're working, 3 days from office, 2 days from home. They can choose whatever, and it's not easy, especially after the COVID. It was not easy to bring them back, and it was actually quite challenging. And we were going, I don't know how many times, HR team and all the stakeholders were going back to the headquarters asking, we need to implement other things than normal one in every Schneider what we have implemented. But I think the mindset is changing, and this company really believes in this flexibility of doing business, and that's good. That's good, and we are becoming more and more software energy company. We acquired last 2.5 years huge names in the software energy business, and I truly believe that, I don't know, maybe in 2 or 5 years time we will be a software company.
And we are coming to that subject that I always like to cover when we are moving to the last part of episodes about the future. And I have twofold question. First is, can you give me some prediction on how long it will take for sustainability paradigm to enter all the businesses all over the world? Because if I asked you this question, I think 5 years ago, I'm sure that you would give me completely different answer that you would give me now.
Nowadays, actually, just today, I would tell you very fast. I'm talking about not 5, maybe, I don't know, 2, okay, maybe in this part of Europe, but let's say Western Europe, or I'm talking about the old continent in Europe, which is most traditional part of the world. I would say that it will come to 5 to 10 years maximum. So because companies nowadays, they don't want to depend on anything. There are a lot of uncircumstances in our business world, and with the forecasting and with the prediction, when you cannot manage on P&L, and when you have some uncertainty on your P&L, you don't feel safe. And then you want to cut all the unpredictions what you have in your business. And sustainability really gives you possibility to balance and to diversify the options, how you can, now we are living in a world that we don't know how this winter will look like. We don't know the plants, they will have gas or not, on which price they cannot calculate the business case in third and fourth quarter of this year. And who knows what will happen next year. So everybody now is trying to understand and trying to figure out how to be more independent on the circumstances which are influencing our business. And this comes then to sustainability. So we need to have balance of and diversified way how we're gonna have electrifying our business processes. The artificial intelligence is coming, so all the predictions, IoT is coming, communication is coming, sensoring, and so on. So the future is very interesting, I would say, very much. But someone already pulled the trigger, and there is no going back. So it's very fast, and I think that even this will filter this circumstances how we live. It will filter the company that can survive this and that will like just always. Disappear. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Second part of the question is regarding this crisis. You just mentioned the winter that is coming, and we don't know. That sounds like
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, winter is coming.
Yeah.
My question here is. There were certain paths in terms of innovation in sustainability and overall innovations regarding energy sector, but this happened, this crisis. How influenced it? How do you see some completely new movements right now because of what is going on in the world, especially in terms of what kind of innovation are we concentrating right now at the moment?
Yes. It's actually last 2.5 years impacted a lot. So first COVID, then logistic, then the dependency from Asia, dependency from China, from Thailand. Semiconductor. All this influenced on all the global players in the world. They say, okay, they're now really pulling us like we are, not to say, I mean, it's like someone, when you look from I don't know, from up, you see it like someone is playing some game, because who would say that this can happen in 2 years, all these things. So for sure, this is impacting a lot, and they say, so now Europe has to be prepared for the winter and for the next winter. And as I mentioned, I just came from Bulgaria, and I had there 22 CEOs from Schneider from 22 countries. So my colleague from Poland, he said to me, like, all the industrial plants in Poland are now building these geothermal pumps inside because they don't want to be influenced by any crisis, They want to build immediately solar panel. They want to have microgrid. They want to have these geothermal pumps. They want to have optimized. They want to have even predictive maintenance, not to plan 6 months in advance because of logistic when this pump will stop. So I will order it 1 year before. So all this software and product innovation that we were talking about over the years, for digitalization is coming, you need to be prepared, blah, blah, blah. But then after 2 years, everybody said, okay, it's here and we need to react immediately. Immediately. So nowadays when we discuss about this, for example, commercial buildings, so we are not discussing with these landlords, this real estate company, are you going to implement smart solution? They're not discussing. So it has to be implemented, with the standards, with all this. We just need to be much faster with bylaws, with laws and regulations in the country, which government can support, that put some regulations, how this will be driven and how fast.
Ksenia, thank you so much for this. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.
It was inspirational.
For me as well. Thank you.
And for you out there, next Thursday, next Innovation Talk, subscribe and see you.
Thank you.